Greetings everyone. This is the goddess known as Jackie Gates. All the world's a stage, and men are only players. That's a line from Shakespeare, and as most of you know, this goddess was a very busy actress in her previous life in South Africa. And my previous video on costumes and the effect of putting a different set of clothing on that it can have on the way you think, the way you move, the way you approach things, got me thinking about how much theatre and theatre training can teach you about network marketing, or even about any kind of direct sales or moving up the ladder of success. There's so many basic skills that you get taught that become second nature as you move through your theatrical career, and that I have come to rely on when building any kind of connection in the network marketing world. So I thought I would draw up a series of 8 lessons that the theatre has taught me that are directly applicable to network marketing and to any kind of even social media, because so much of it has to do with the way you present yourself and the kind of role that you take on, especially if it's something completely new. So, I'm going to move through 8 different lessons, as I mentioned, and I'm going to call it the Goddess Theatre series. The first one is going to be on choosing your role, choosing your director, choosing your vehicle. Those 3 things are very important and have to be lesson number 1. Lesson 2 will be learn your words. We'll talk about the importance of the words you choose, where to find the right words to say, and how to deliver them so that you feel comfortable and they don't scare your prospects away. Number 3 is learn your placing. In theatre we call it places. You get told to arrive through this door, move left to right, to stop in front of the couch, say your line and leave, whatever that is. Placing is very interesting as far as network marketing goes, because you need to find a position. You need to find something that makes you feel comfortable and almost a stance. And then I also want to go into a little bit of body language. There's bits and pieces that we use in theatre to convey character or convey some kind of emotion. And in sales, they use it a great deal, how to read what your prospect is doing, or thinking rather, how to not scare them away by being wildly theatrical. These are things about places and movement that are actually really, really important. The 4th lesson will be on rehearsal. We do a lot of rehearsal. And interestingly, the more you rehearse, the better you are. There is a point, though, where you have to stop rehearsing and perform, because otherwise you get what they call stale, or you peak too early. So you peak in rehearsal, which is not good. You want to peak in front of the audience. So we'll talk about rehearsals. We'll talk about costumes, a little bit expanding on my previous video. Costumes as in what you wear and how you present yourself. I'd like to touch on stage fright in lesson 6, and that's basically another word for fear. It's always what keeps us from becoming the great beings that we are. Stage fright can take on lots of forms. I've had actors that throw up constantly before opening night. I've known actors that never come out of the bathroom. I've known actors that go completely blank and just stand there and look at you. All these things are signs of fear. And doing the previous lessons, there are little tricks that we can learn that preparation will take that edge of fear. But eventually you have to just step ahead and do it, and there are tricks to make you more comfortable doing that too. Number 7 is accolades. Applause is my best thing. I have to tell you, this goddess is an absolute applause junkie. It's the one thing that was my favorite as far as being on stage, was stepping out of the stage door and having people waiting with me to say well done, to have them sign programs, having little people say, oh, I'd love to do what you do. It's fabulous. Don't let anybody tell you that fame isn't wonderful. Anyway, as far as accolades go, In network marketing, you often find that some of the guys who rise to the top forget what it's like to be at the bottom. The really great ones don't do that. They remember how hard it is at the bottom, how hard it is to do something new for the first time before it becomes easy and second nature. So handling accolades, handling success, handling moving up the ladder, those are things that we need to learn. Because when you get to the top, it can be very lonely if nobody's talking to you anymore. And finally, the 8th lesson will be on continuous improvement. You see actors who have had incredible careers like Sir Anthony Hopkins and Meryl Streep, Dustin Hoffman. These are people who started being really good at one thing, but continued to expand their skills, continued to expand their region of influence so that they continued to grow, so that the actor now that is Sir Anthony Hopkins is playing amazingly different roles to what he played when he was younger. And nobody wants to stop, because once you stop, you start dying. So we'll talk about continuous improvement and the whole learning. So I'm hoping that you'll join me on this rather exciting series. I'm thrilled to be able to do this, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a goddess-worthy day.